Chapter 55. The wisdom and strength of will to slay Ma Su, shedding tears. The end of the Chinese Han Dynasty was a turbulent time that produced many larger-than-life figures. Sun Quan, the ruler of Wu, and Cao Cao, the lord of Wei, each acquired great strength, together splitting the realm virtually in half. One other hero, Liu Bei, was squeezed into a small area between them under constant pressure. Liu Bei's eye fell on the brilliant military strategist Zhuge Liang, who was then living in reclusion, farming in fine weather and studying when it rained, enjoying a life of dignified leisure far removed from the chaos of the times. 3 times Liu Bei called at Zhuge Liang's residence in hopes of recruiting him. Won over by this demonstration of respect and sincerity, Zhuge Liang became his devoted advisor and, with great savvy and adroitness, succeeded in establishing the kingdom of Shu. Thus began what we know as the period of the Three Kingdoms, with Shu, Wu, and Wei locked in a three-way rivalry. Liu Bei, the founding emperor of Shu, died without having achieved his full intent. He was succeeded by his son Liu Xiang. In order to carry out his late lord's wishes, Zhuge Liang stayed on to help the new emperor and lead a campaign to subjugate the kingdom of Wei. However, he was hard-pressed because he knew that his army was not strong enough to defeat Wei, and because he would be leaving the young and inexperienced Liu Xiang on the throne. Facing battle against his country's great rival, Zhuge Liang did not know if he would return dead or alive, and so before leaving, he wrote a memorial to the young emperor that contained a detailed explanation of political affairs. That is the famous Memorial on Dispatching the Troops, a document of such sincerity and insight that no one, they say, can read it dry-eyed. Zhuge Liang then set off, seizing Qishan and occupying Nan'an, Tianshui, and adding in quick succession, and Anding in quick succession. Then Ma Su, a general of whom Zhuge Liang was extremely fond, disobeyed orders and caused a huge defeat. To enforce discipline, Zhuge Liang resolved that his beloved general must pay the penalty for his actions and ordered his execution. That is the origin of the saying, "Slay Ma Su, shedding tears," meaning to punish a subordinate for wrongdoing, regardless of personal connection or feelings. He who would accomplish great things must possess the wisdom and strength of will to be able to act against his own personal feelings. So it's the history of ancient China. So a lot of difficult name of cities and provinces or country appeared. So the message here is written at the bottom of the story. He who would accomplish great things must possess the wisdom and the strength of will to be able to act against his own personal feelings. So this for this advisor to execute his favorite general must have been a great pain. And it must have been a big sacrifice for his army. So in many cases, the, the top head of the army would not dare to give execution to such a soldier or general because of their personal feelings or because of the general's ability to have a to fight. But actually that will cause a big problem in the unity or solidarity. So for the army or the soldiers, solidarity is the most important factor to defeat the enemy. And this is not only for the battle or war, it will apply to our own day-to-day lives, our own job, or to our spiritual journey. To keep solidarity and unity is very important. So sometimes in order to protect solidarity, we have to sacrifice ourselves or our loved one or our important person. I cannot explain what exactly that means in specific case. But in easier example is our own benefit. Yeah, we should be always ready to sacrifice our own benefit in order to protect the harmony and unity and increase them. That's the behavior of the leader. Great leader always have this. And sometimes we have subordinate. We become we get responsible status position. And then in order to pursue our goal, we need to keep solidarity among the co-workers, among the team. And that's the fastest way to achieve our common goal. Sometimes it looks roundabout way, but that's the fastest way. And in the long run, that will bring more joy and happiness to the team. So the topic of war or battlefield sounds like too wild or too how to say, sometimes yeah, it's wild, yeah, violence. But it's a good analogy for us. Our life is also like a battle. We are struggling in the battlefield in our day-to-day lives. So yeah, let's learn an important message from those analogy and apply it to our own life. Okay, that's all for today's lesson.